tried a few things. One is actually going more to the embedded side of things. I actually ran a project called Dartino, which was like a small version of that for, I love embedded devices. So I thought this is a great match. We saw some of the problems that we identified in our startup company were still present. We thought that, hey, structured enough, can actually fit here. Turned out the Dart libraries were a little bit big for this. So there were some trade-offs that were not supernatural in this space. But what really made us stop investing in Dartino was the fact that something magical, almost magical, happened from the Chrome team, from a thing they called like Sky, which is the sort of the first version of what is today called Flutter. The team there came from Chrome. They came with this idea like there's so much stuff in Chrome. I mean, essentially the Dart idea, you could say, just for the browser. There's so much stuff in Chrome that people don't use to build beautiful web apps. What would happen if we just ripped that out and started over with the things that are really high value, the core things that just work really, really well, and build on that, and let people benefit from having a smaller base, right? Can we build something that then suddenly is small enough that it fits well on mobile and just is a great UI toolkit for those things? And for that to work out, they needed a language, and I think they found Dart there, and it just kind of worked for them, right? It's they stuck it in there, and it was like peanut butter and jelly, right? It's just some people really like that. I'm not a fan of the combination, but they claim it's a good combination, right? And this was definitely a good combination. So you got a really well-designed runtime system, a language, and a implementation of the virtual machine that really fit well together. And then you got on the other side of that a UI toolkit that was just well done for sort of custom UI work and graphically impressive web applications that were sort of joyful to use. So that the combination just sort of clicked, right? And once we saw the first demos of it, I think we're just all sold then. And then I think focusing on too many things at one time, Dartino and Dart for the web and Flutter was just something we felt like we can probably do a better job with Flutter for Flutter if we focus on that instead of also doing a little bit of embedded work. So we actually just made the call and said, I think we could spend our time more and better if we go to the Flutter side and try to figure out how can we make Dart even better for Flutter, and how can we make Flutter even better because of that. And then I think that this is where you started seeing us from the Dart team talking more about Flutter and engaging much more in that, because we just felt like there was so much we could learn from people that were using Dart in a new context, in a place where we hadn't seen it used before.